Hello, this is Mr. Zelensky giving an interview for the BBC, and as we know, Antonio Guterres is arriving in Kiev shortly. He's just been to see Mr. Erdogan in Turkey. Mr. Erdogan was being asked whether or not, Mr. Zelensky has asked Erdogan whether or not he would act as a guarantor for the peace. Erdogan is considering this very seriously. I see Turkey as playing a very positive role in mediating between Russia and Ukraine in this war, and anything that can be done to bring the war to a speedy close would be good. Something which I think is quite interesting. Yesterday, I had a very interesting chat with one of the Ukraine soldiers. He's actually a businessman, and his factory was seriously, well, it's been destroyed in Mariupol. But he's stayed in Ukraine to fight. And he now sports the most enormous bushy beard. And I asked him why he'd grown this enormous bushy beard. And he said it's a tradition in Ukraine when we are fighting not to get rid of these beards. So this is why Mr. Zelensky has grown his beard. And the idea is that these beards will not be removed until they win. So there will be a lot of people from Ukraine looking very much like me. This fellow pointed out to me last night that in his case, of course, the beard helped to camouflage him. Black beard, and it got rid of the sort of white face. In my case, of course, that really wouldn't work very well. I just would look more and more like Santa. The bigger and bigger my beard became, coming down a chimney near you. Anyway, enormous praise, as ever, for President Zelensky and the way he's leading his country. In this particular interview here on the BBC, the interview started and there was a text from Monsieur Macron, and Zelensky said, well, the BBC is interrupting this exchange of international information, and the BBC reporter was very, very impressed that it really was from Macron. So there you are. This man is getting a lot of support. There are a lot of rumblings going on in Russia at the moment, and I'll deal with some of those later. Anyway, in the meantime, please follow the channel, please subscribe, and please leave your comments, whether they are approving of what I'm saying or critical of what I'm saying. We need that debate. If that debate is not happening, then everything goes into silence. We don't want this to go into silence, and there's so many issues at the moment which require public debate and serious exchange of views. All views are valuable. Bye bye.